I know this section was more about copywriting and not necessarily blogging, but I do want to include some tips for writing better articles because content marketing is so important. It's a big part of the success that I've had as an online based business. But even if you're not an online business, writing good blog articles can drive a lot of traffic to your products and services. So here are some tips for writing better articles. The first tip is to research and use proper keywords. Obviously, you want to write articles that people are going to be searching for. There's no point in writing an article if no one's going to find it, no one's going to be searching for it, unless it's just for your own pleasure. But because we're a business, we want to make sure that we have some sort of result from the time spent writing articles. But of course, the world is 7 billion people big and billions of people are on the internet. So even if you're writing an article about a very specific topic, you might have a good chance of getting traffic over time. One key thing to note though is that you can write the best article in the world, you can use the greatest headline, you can have the best keywords. You're probably not going to get a lot of traffic on that very first day that you publish. It takes a while to build up a reputation, and what I mean by that, a history, a reputation on the Google search engines or the different search engines, because with one article, your website's not going to be found as easily. But as you post more articles and more people do visit your site, your website's SEO or search engine optimization is going to increase. So if you do start writing articles on more specific topics, your articles will be seen sooner than your first one. So I don't want you to get frustrated when you're not getting a lot of traffic when just starting out. This is a long-term play. And that's the greatest thing about blog articles is that they have a long lifespan. Generally, your blog articles should last at least a couple of years unless they become irrelevant on the topic or something changes. So how do you actually do research and find keywords to use? Well, one of the first things is to not go too deep into research and just think, what are the 10 things that my customer is going to ask? What are their pain points? And we've already done this. What questions do they have? And think about it, or ask people, survey your audience, survey people online using social media, and just see what are they struggling with. Also, just do a search for your topic on Google and see what other articles are out there. Do a search for your topic on YouTube and see what other videos are out there. I don't want you to copy what other people are doing, but having an article about this topic or a video about each topic or each question under your own brand is a good idea. That's one of my strategies, is just finding what other people are making and doing it in my own style. Some next level keyword research ideas are using the Google Keyword Planner, and that's available if you have an AdWords account with Google. We're going to be going more over Google AdWords in the future, or just using Google Trends. If you search for Google Trends, they have a great tool that allows you to find what items are trending right now, what topics are trending, and you can even compare to other topics to see if, hey, do you want to write an article about this one, or this product or that product? You can see which ones are more trending, and that's generally a better sign to write articles about that kind of content. Our next tip is to be generous and give lots for free. If you're worried that you're giving too much away for free, too much good content, don't worry, that's probably a good sign. The best companies that I know give so much good free information out, especially online brands and online media brands. Now, this isn't true for every type of business. You can't just be giving away free items if you're a brick and mortar store, but the free trial does work. Giving away freebies does work. But in terms of writing articles, make sure that you're writing super duper high quality. You're not holding back. You're giving it all to the audience, because that's how people start to like, know, and trust you. And if they do that, they're more likely to purchase your product or service. Our next tip is to attract the right people. We've talked about knowing your audience. It's just important to make sure that you're serving that specific audience. And if it's an audience that doesn't have money and isn't going to support your business and you can't build a business off of, well, you might need to pick a different audience. But make sure that you're attracting the right people who not only appreciate your content, but will actually eventually be a customer of yours. A few important things are your subject lines, intros, and conclusions in that order. A lot of people will only click on an article based off of the subject line. And once they do that, they'll read the intro and then skim down to the conclusion. So pay special attention when you're writing those intros and conclusions, because a lot of people won't read what's in between. So have your calls to actions, have links to other articles, or talk about your products or services in the intros and outros. Now, you don't want to make it too salesy. You don't want to make it always seem like a sales pitch, but make sure that you're giving them the option to take the next step. Include an email opt-in form at the end of your article, or even right after the intro. Include a little lead magnet that's specific to that article right after the intro. This is a great way to grow your email list. Another important tip is to build curiosity with the first sentence. People are reading your articles because they're wondering what it's about. They're wondering what you're going to say. So feed on that and build more curiosity. Ask questions. Make bold statements. Things that will make the reader say, that's interesting. I want to read more. And it's also important to break up text. Make sure you're using your headings, your other formatting tools like bullet points, lists, block quotes, images, photos. Use anything to make it a little bit more interesting and not feel like they're having to read an essay.